Lecturer of Physics and Astronomy at University College London. Thank you so much for being with us on the program. So if successful, this will be an important milestone for China, wouldn't it?
Well, it is an important milestone for China, yes, for lunar exploration and for humanity in general, because all these researches, all these amazing missions that China also is contributing now are for the benefit of everybody. What China is doing now is exploring a very important part of the moon, which is near the South Pole, where they has been discovered that there is water and there are conditions there that will be much better place for human settlements in the future. So what this moon mission is going to do is to drill and to take samples of very, very old terrain in this area, which will give us a much better understanding of the moon formation and the history of the moon itself before we launch into more sophisticated missions with human settlements.
Right, so the presence of water is quite important. What else do they ultimately aim to accomplish with this mission? What do they hope to find?
Well, exactly. That's the point of drilling and see what is coming out of this, because these drills go deep into the soil. It's going to take samples a meter deep, which is very old samples, very old material that has been there from the and also scoop from the top surface the material that has been accumulated for thousands of millions of years as the moon and the Earth and the solar system galaxy. So this is very important material. So it's not only water, of course, there is helium-3, there are minerals, there are a lot of this regolith, what we call the lunar soil, which will be used for to build bricks and to build the settlements and to build housing in the next few years. And this is one of the future missions. Chang'e 7 and 8 missions are going to continue with this exploration and exploitation and utilization of the material on the moon to produce in situ the settlements and the habitats that the humans will have in the future. Very important.
And of course, the space race is getting quite intense with more and more countries trying to get ahead of the game. Where do you see China stand?
Oh, China is a very good example. China has gone ahead in the last few years with amazing developments in their own Chinese space station, the exploration of the moon, as we have seen, the far side of the moon, when they have landed on the far side of the moon. They have also launched a lander and a rover to Mars. And we see the China emerging as a very important, on their own, a very important mission now that we see in these images here. Mm-hmm. It is an international mission that we are talking about. There is France, there is Sweden, there is Italy, there is Pakistan involved in this mission as well. So China is very open to international collaboration and then put at our disposal of international community all the results of this exploration and all these materials that have been analyzed in laboratories all over the world.
So given the amount of involvement, and real quick for me if you can, what do you make of the U.S.'s concerns of Beijing using this mission to mask military objectives?
I think it's all a fantasy. I don't think there is such a thing, but I don't know. I'm not qualified to comment on this, but I don't think that the Chinese are going into these things. I hope that we can forget about this kind of a space race and talk more about space collaboration and bring all the people together to explore the moon and beyond, which is what needs to be done. I keep saying this in all my interviews.
All right, Francisco Diego, thank you so much for being with us here on the NewsHour and sharing that insight with us.